Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and the title of this video, filmed July 2nd, 2025, is Special Deliveries. There's not a lot going on the outside, a lot of paving, and not a lot of other visible work. So the title I gave it was Special Deliveries because of that truck you just got a glimpse of, and we'll see more of it later. This is the same heavy haul truck and trailer that was seen carrying gross robotic and battery assembly and vehicle assembly, EV vehicle assembly equipment up Electric Avenue in this direction. And so the theory is that the fitting out of the high volume assembly line to build 150 some odd Teslas a day has begun on the inside, and not a lot to be seen on the outside. Although I will continue to fly as long as there's interest, and hopefully, just like Joe Tegmeyer did in Texas, we'll see a lot of different equipment and crates with labels like the gross equipment that we spotted last week. That little gray shelter is for the shuttle van that comes in and out now. So there's a parking lot here, and there's actually a shuttle van that runs regularly, and that guard shack right there, which I don't believe will be the permanent location. I think where you see dirt on the right of the paved area is where the permanent entry will be. And anyway, I wanted to get a good look over at the new entrance to Giga, Nevada, and to the Giga Semi factory. That's Giga Factory 1, the legacy Giga Nevada battery factory that was it's been in there for over 8 years now. And now the beautiful Tesla Semi factory. If you noticed at the opening, I was wearing a BZI hat. And I have a special affinity for the BZI company, and I only wish they sold stock, because they played an important role in partnering with Tesla and adopting their technique, the BZI technique, for erecting steel and EV factories. Here's that heavy duty truck. First, what we're really looking at here is the fact that they're filling in, they've got the geotextile fabric and gravel, and they've filled in the megacharger, the semi. It's either going to be a V4 supercharger, which is capable of charging at megacharger speeds, or it's going to be a dedicated megacharger installation, and we're going to find out pretty soon, I think. All of the prep work has been done, the conduit installed, the wires are ready, and now they just need to bring in the equipment. Here's that heavy haul truck. I believe that truck and many more like it have been coming in and out, bringing in robotic assembly equipment, and they are building out this line in the inside. I imagine Tesla will share video in the near future of the progress, and I of course would welcome the opportunity to do an interview and a tour of the inside and bring some of that footage to you. So here we go. The posts are for light posts, and then the square things are where the chargers will stand, and then the cabinets. If it's a V4, they only need one cabinet per 8 instead of one cabinet per 4 chargers. So this will be a very exciting development, and I do believe that they will start using this charging site long before the plant is completed, especially because they have to have there's a shortage of charging with all the Tesla semis that they run between here and Fremont and other locations. And with the engineering unit testing semis frequently, daily, I believe there's a huge backlog at times up at the existing mega charger at Gigafactory 1. Like I said, there's not a lot to talk about. I mean, steady progress, but I would speculate that they're not going to pave this side, or if they do, they're going to leave big, wide gravel openings for the crane, for the big BFC, the big crane that was that we saw a few weeks ago lifting AC units onto the roof. Here's that big heavy lift truck leaving, and be very curious to see how many of these are coming and going, but I don't think it's a stretch to say that there's a lot of equipment being brought in on the inside. There's not a lot of activity on the outside, even to the point where it seems like they're kind of on a timeout. In the background, you probably can't recognize it, but the LFP, the first Tesla North American LFP cell production plant was back there. This is Gigafactory 1. This little area here, we saw wires, trenches and conduit leading to the substation that's behind on the east side of Gigafactory 1. And one of the games we've been playing is, are they going to put mega packs in here? Answer's got to be yes. I can't imagine them not. How many and where and when? So that's something we can look out for too. I can't imagine them not putting in mega packs here, despite the fact that Northern Nevada has very attractive electricity rates. We're now traveling along the southern perimeter of the building. That's the main entrance with the stylized semi-truck and trailer. This is a stamping building, and so back to my earlier comment, seems like they have not added as many wall panels or made as much progress on the insulating roof material as I would have expected. At the end of the video, I have the rendering that Tesla released months ago, while the groundwork was still underway, and you can see that little gray shape branding on that rendering. So if you stick till the end, I've got a couple of surprises at the end of the video. That is the stamping building. And I do try to get a little look in there, but some very exciting stuff going on in there. Can't wait to see stamping equipment being brought in. I can't wait to see the big red Tesla bridge cranes brought in. This section of the building is heavily reinforced, overbuilt to handle the vibration of the stamping equipment. And I can't imagine the pace. This thing's going to produce Tesla semis like Fremont produces Model Ys. So it's just an EV assembly line, except for the parts are bigger and the end product is a lot bigger. Look at all this brand new paving. this is starting to look like a finished project. Finished, largely, I'd say 98% finished building. There's the BFD, the big freaking door, of which there are 3. We're traveling along the western perimeter. These chillers, we noticed over on the LFP factory. Hopefully you saw that released yesterday. They had a large array of those chillers. And I don't know if this pad and this equipment informs us that they are actually going to produce batteries at this section of the building, Section A. Certainly wouldn't surprise me, although they've got a giant Gigafactory 1 up above that produces and can produce an amazing amount of 2170 cells, which are what are used in the Tesla Semi. All of this paving is complete on the, what I call the factory side, the factory business side of those light posts. On the other side is going to be the Tesla Semi racetrack or a test track. That big crane, I may have spotted that crane at the switch factory or the switch server farm nearby, a massive installation that looks like it's the building around it looks like it's some sort of fortress. They do not want unwanted visitors coming in there. And the way I got that hat was I ran into a BZI employee at a local courtyard wearing the hat, and I struck up a conversation with him, and they are up at that switch property at the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center doing a massive expansion. And I think I saw that big crane up there, which would kind of make sense if they somehow were sharp enough, the big brains at Tesla were sharp enough to coordinate with Switch to have the crane down here and then go just a few miles away, do the work up there, and then come back here. And you notice there's no pavement here where they may need the crane to come in, and there's also a ground level look at the megacharger site. What I'm doing now is, one, I wanted to see if I could see the Pegasus little statue that Tesla has at the roundabout up here, but I also wanted to see if I could find any of that EV semi construction or assembly equipment from Gross or any other company. So I'm looking up here. There's a lot. There's a Cybertruck. Didn't notice that originally, but that's not even an unusual sight anymore. I think there is a yard truck carrying a large crate in the background you may have spotted. Just looking around, seeing if we can see any assembly equipment. This is what I call the Panasonic warehouse on wheels. It's at the Panasonic end of the building and probably brings in stores supply parts for Panasonic. There's a Tesla Semi. Bobtail just went by, and I do not see anything interesting over here. I'm using the 9x zoom. I don't know if we can see that roundabout, see that Pegasus. It's actually animated, I think, on the hour. Oftentimes viewers see things I don't catch, so that'll be interesting to see if anyone catches anything. I wanted to come back and visit the good old Tesla Semi Big Dog that is standing guard over the factory, like a livestock guardian dog watching over its flock. The Big Dog Tesla Semi is here watching over this factory. And wish you a happy and safe July 4th holiday coming up. I do know that most of the views of these videos are in the first several days, and then it drops way off. I think I have a good quorum of dedicated viewers, and then these videos don't get a lot of play after a couple weeks goes by, probably because there's a bunch of new ones. However, I would encourage you, if you haven't been following along for months, you should go back and watch what this place looked like back in January, December, January, February, March, April. Look how beautiful northern Nevada is, by the way. Big sky country. Sorry, Montana, but we got some big sky too. The sunsets and the sunrises in the high desert of Nevada are spectacular. And so there you have it. Giga Semi as it was on July 2nd, 2025. I am returning to, the drone is returning to base. And like I said, if you stay till the end, you will see a collection of Tesla semis that sort of is reminiscent, and I thought represents what this factory is going to look like in a few months, where it produces 120, 150 a day eventually. That's just going to be amazing. I also have the rendering of the from the south, which shows the stamping building, so that you can have some perspective to how close we are to being structurally complete.